Welcome back, honour members. We continue with question time, but I would like to bring to the attention of the House Standing Order Standing Order 64-4. If you refer to that, it's 4 says, where a member whose question appears on the order paper is not in the chamber, without leave of the Speaker, a minister shall not be required to answer the question, and such question shall be carried forward to the next meeting of the Assembly. Provided that where a member has sought leave of the Speaker, his or her question shall be carried forward either to the next sitting day or to the next meeting of the Assembly, as the case may be. Honour members, I was quoting this because of question 26 coming from the Honourable Member for Likoma Islands. The Honourable Member for Likoma Islands has written the office of the Speaker of his leave of absence through the whip, and the Speaker has received that communication. So I would like to advise Secretariat that this question be carried to the next sitting day. And I would like to encourage honour members, if we are leaving the chamber and we know our questions are on the order paper, let's seek leave of absence. And on the same, just to remind to say, the communication that came to honour members to attend Parliament was not an invitation. It was actually a summon. We were all summoned to come to Parliament. So if you are summoned at 9 o'clock at the court, you show up at 9 o'clock at the court. So if you are summoned to come to Parliament, honour members, you come to Parliament without fail. That's why if it was an invitation, we could have had a choice not to attend the invitation or to attend. So whips, chief whip, government, and whip opposition, can we make sure our honorable members are aware that they were summoned to come to Parliament? And if they are leaving, let them seek leave of absence. Thank you very much, honorable members. We now go to Ministry of Transport. Leader, is the minister, is the answers available? Thank you. And I recognize the honorable member for Machinga Central. Machinga Central, you have the floor.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, sir. Good morning. I rise to confirm question appearing on today's order paper in my name. Indeed, it's coming from the people of Machinga Central, more especially Senior Chief Liwonde. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member, we always would like to have the number mentioned by you when you're confirming the question. So your question is number 27. So for the pleasure of the members of your constituency that wants you to mention it, can you please retake that confirmation once again? Honorable Member for Machinga Central, you have the floor.
I rise to confirm question 27 in my name. Indeed, it's coming from the people of Machinga Central. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. And just to indicate that I am taking questions on behalf of the Minister of Transport and Public Works, who was bereaved. He lost a mother and is still in the village. So I am answering questions on his behalf. The question is to ask the Minister of Transport and Public Works as to when government can consider upgrading to a tarmac road the road from TL Wonde turnoff, Namandanje, Mangamba, via Mangochi Marombe to Mangochi district. It is an important road both socially and economically, and it connects 3 constituencies. First Deputy Speaker, through you, I would like to thank the Honourable Member for the question. First Deputy Speaker, the said road provides critical connectivity to the people of the 3 constituencies, the surrounding areas, and indeed beyond. It therefore facilitates socio-economic activities in Machinga and Mangochi districts. My ministry is aware of the poor condition of the road that poses both a risk and a challenge to traffic, increasing operating and maintenance costs for road users. The road requires urgent maintenance in the short term and upgrading to bitumen standard in the medium term. First Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Member and indeed all the Honourable Members of the 3 constituencies that are served by this road will be pleased to note that the road is already earmarked for upgrading to bitumen standard. The first process of upgrading a road to bitumen standard is to conduct engineering designs. My ministry, through the Roads Authority, will soon be embarking on the process of procuring an engineering consultant to carry out detailed designs of the road. Thereafter, once funds are identified, we will procure a works contractor to upgrade this road to bitumen standard. I thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much. I see the Honourable Member for Blantyre Chichiri.
Chichiri Misesa.
Blantyre Chichiri Misesa constituency. The Honourable Member at the back is Blantyre Rural Southeast, and the Honourable Member for Deza Kasina. In that order, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First Deputy Speaker for according the floor to Blantyre City Chichiri Misesa to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Transport and Public Works. I just wanted to know from the Minister the criteria that is used in order to restart the construction works on the roads that has stalled. I have in mind a road that comes from Chigumula. It's a bypass going all the way to Green Corner, which was which started in 5 years back, and it was stopped. It was done by Tahiti. It's a very important road for the people in my constituency because it connects 2 constituencies, and there is no any other road that cuts across Limbe and Blantyre other than the roads, the highway and the other roads that are passing through Chinyonga. So I wanted to know if the Minister can elaborate more on the criteria that is used so that we can assist the people of Chigumula, the people of Senior Chief Chentambo and the TA Somba. I submit. Thank you.
Okay, Blantyre Rural Southeast.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, for giving me time to speak. I wanted to start with the same on the Blantyre bypass. But because he has already said it, then I'll go to the Chirobwe Ring Road. You know, First Deputy Speaker, that is your home as well. You know the suffering of the people of Chirobwe, the way they are suffering with the Ring Road in Chirobwe, because it is supposed to be part of the city of Blantyre, but Chirobwe now is in Blantyre Rural. But all the services that are enjoying, they're enjoying the services of Blantyre City. So it is neglected. I wanted to ask the minister if he has got plans to upgrade the road to bitumen standard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. You've reflected on the chair to be from Chirobwe. I would like to confirm that leader, I was raised up in Chirobwe.
Thank you.
And the road he's mentioning, the bypass road, is indeed a very important road to the people of Naocha and Chirobwe, who raised the first deputy speaker seated here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
First Deputy Speaker, I don't know whether I should join you in terms of who raised you, because Sanje, Northeast, Northwest was also raised in Chigumula, so too the first, Mr. Speaker, sir, as well as the Jagasina. So the bypass road is so important as it passes Chemboma up to Mr. Samaran there and Chiwembe. But here I rise to speak on behalf of people of the Jagasina constituency. I wanted to find out, I'm glad that the one who's sitting in to answer the question on the Minister of Transport was the then Minister of Transport when the Tete Mwenje Lobby, which passes in my constituency, Mwenje up to Lobby, that road started when he was a minister, and the quality of the works was not that pleasing, and the contractor stopped. And now people of the Jagasina are wondering when that Tete Road, up to Robbie, is going to get finished. Having said that, we are also like to know when Lintipe 1 in Padamilonde up to the Loop Road is going to be considered as a bitumen standard. We have been rising in this house, and the promises were made. So I wanted to find out from you, the Minister of Transport, who you are very able, I know you. You have answers to each question. When should people of the Jagasina wait to have a bitumen road from Lintipe 1, Padamilonde up to Dedza? Not forgetting this one, the Tete Robi, which also passes Chito. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. And through you, let me thank colleagues that have asked supplementary questions. First is Blantyre Michiru, criteria used in order to restart a project. Obviously, when a project has stalled for a long period of time, the team from the ministry will do the reassessment to establish what it will cost for that project to be completed. So, just to advise my honorable colleague that officials from the ministry will visit the road in question to establish what should be done in order to ensure that the road is finished. Blantyre Southeast, Chirobwe Ring Road plans to upgrade to bitumen standards. Right Honorable Speaker, the new CDF, the 5 billion kwacha that government will be introducing beginning April next year, will be the magic that will enable us to improve road infrastructure in our various localities. Let me therefore advise my honorable colleague, member for Blantyre Rural Southeast, including you, First Deputy Speaker, as a beneficiary, to invest those resources in these projects, because these are not two huge projects. City roads are usually 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and the like. So let us invest these resources in construction of these city roads. There's a casino, Tete Mwenje Lobby. I am aware, because indeed, as alluded to, at the time this project started, I was Minister of Transport. The road in question was indeed poorly built at the point I joined the ministry. And we wanted to make efforts to rebuild the road. But over time, I may not know what has happened. But just to assure you that the current administration will make sure that these projects that were prioritized already should be constructed. And therefore, be assured that the ministry will undertake to do this project, regardless of where it is. Lintipe one, Patawa Mlonde to Deja, the story would be the same. For as long as the ministry had put it on the list of projects to be undertaken, you can let's be assured that the project will be done. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but just to assure people of the area that government will ensure that that project is done. I thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for those responses. We now move to Minister of Information and Communication Technology. Leader, I see.
Yeah, First Deputy Speaker, I beg to vary the order paper that we skip question 28 and move to questions under Ministry of Education and specifically question 35. Let me add specifically question number 35, because after that, we will move to a ministerial statement. I thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you for that guidance, Leader. We will indeed move to the said question. Honourable members, we are going to Minister of Education, Science and Technology, and the question 35. The Honourable Member for Mulanje Central. The Honourable Member for Mulanje Central. In a minute ago, the Honourable Member was in the House.
In that case,
Honourable Member, can we go to the next question on the order paper? Okay, so we go to Ministry of Education. Question 35, the Honourable Member for Mulanje Central. Honourable Member, you have the floor.
First Deputy Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I rise to confirm that the question is indeed from people of Mulanje Central constituency. I thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for the opportunity to respond to the question from my honorable brother, the honorable member for Mulanje Central, who asks the Minister of Education, Science and Technology to rehabilitate Nansomba Secondary School Hall, which collapsed a long time ago. And this has posed a lot of challenges to students, teachers, and the community who have been using the hall for important purposes. That is the request from the honorable member. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me to thank the honorable member once again for this question. My ministry recognizes the vital role that school infrastructure plays in supporting teaching learning, and extracurricular activities for our students and community activities. I therefore very much agree with the Honourable Member on the need to rehabilitate Nansomba Secondary School Hall. Indeed, the hall has been in dilapidated state for quite a long time, and eventually the hall collapsed on 3rd October 2025. Fortunately, there were no injuries, no damage to teaching and learning materials, as the hall had been abandoned and not in use at the time of its total collapse. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me reiterate that in line with the National Education Sector Investment Plan, NESIP, which gives priority to equitable access to quality education through improved infrastructure and learning improvements, my ministry remains committed to ensuring that our schools, including Nansomba School, are provided with safe and conducive environments for learners. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to inform the Honourable House that my ministry will undertake an assessment of infrastructure needs in schools across the country, including Nansomba Secondary School. The rehabilitation of the whole at Nansomba has been noted and given as a priority as we are doing the national assessment. We will rehabilitate Nansomba as soon as funds become available in the NESIP program. In addition, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, my ministry will actively engage with relevant stakeholders, including local authorities and development partners, to mobilize the necessary support for Nansomba Secondary School. The Honourable Member, a veteran Member of Parliament of long standing, may also consider lobbying for support from Mulanje District Assembly so that they include rehabilitation of the hall through the CDF. But in totality, we will work hand in hand together with the community, together with the Member of Parliament, to ensure that Nansomba Secondary School has its hall back. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Honourable Members. I recognize the Honourable Member for Machinga South, the Honourable Member for Mulanje Limbuli, and the Honourable Member Salima North for supplementary questions. In that order, please. Honourable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Machinga South. I just want to find out from the Minister of Education, Science and Technology if there is any plans to construct Peter Pasi Primary School at Fakiri, where kids from Fakiri, Milala, are traveling a very long distance from Fakiri, Milala to Likwenu Primary School. The distance is about 3 to 4 kilometers. So the distance you can see is very long. So I just want to find from him if there is any plans. If there is no any plans, would he please consider the people of Fakiri and Milala? I submit.
Member for Mulanje Limbuli.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker, sir, for recognizing the people of Mulanje Limbuli to have the floor. First of all, let me congratulate you for being elected to that post. And let me also congratulate all honorable members here for being voted into this house. And let me thank the people of Mulanje Limbuli for trusting me to represent them in this August House. My question goes to, I would like to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Education, if he can consider if there is a possibility of constructing a secondary school at Nanchidwa in the area of TA Njema, so that the surrounding schools can benefit from this school. I submit.
Okay. Salima North.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Salima North. I would like to ask for an urgent favor from the Minister of Education to consider roofing one of our schools at Msanyanda Primary School in Salima North. Last week when I was here, I just got a call that a truss fell from the roof and pierced a kid on the chest. So I had to rush and see the kid. She's improving. But what touched is that this is the case in many primary schools and secondary schools in Malawi, whereby the roofing and even the structures, they are not in good form that we can let the kids learn. So I would like to just ask the minister to consider this school. But at the same time, I would like to know if there is a special committee or it's done by the head, the school management teams that to assess some of these buildings where we are sending the children to school. Because like I said earlier, some are not in bad shape that we can let kids learn. And assume that this was the whole roof, we could have had a very serious case. So I would like to just ask the minister to look at it and also look on the other angle on assessing the fitness of the buildings where we are sending kids to learn. This is just one case or one component of many schools that we are having in Malawi, and I think that's the best we can do to find the proper solutions of monitoring the health of the building at the same time assisting my constituents. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable. The Chair empathizes with the pupil from your constituent, and we wish her the quickest recovery for the accident that happened at that school. We feel for her and feel for her parents and all the teachers at that school. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. If you allow me to start with the last question, in order that I resonate with yourself, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, in expressing our sincere condolences to the injured person and to wish that person quick recovery. Our institutions and education facilities must be safe learning places, not places where people get injured. So this incident is unfortunate, regretted, and we will work with you, Honorable Member, to ensure that such an incident does not recur. Let me take this opportunity to emphasize the point that any infrastructure, including infrastructure and edifice of magnificence like this building, does require maintenance from time to time. Our challenge as a people is that we do not consider maintenance as an important component of our responsibilities. Let us maintain this infrastructure. You find that a school was built, termites have eaten in the trusses and the woodwork, but we are leaving it like that. Those trusses and woodwork should actually be replaced and the roof maintained so that people are safe. So may I emphasize that when we are in our communities, maintenance should be an important component. A good thing to build a new school and all is visible, but it's not good enough when the old infrastructure is collapsing. It means that you are building while something is reducing. So let us place some priority on maintenance as well. I'll go to the first question. Ordinarily, this should have been a especially new question, is asking the ministry to build this primary school at Milala or Fakiri. I happen to know the area and to know the circumstances of this area. The community at Milala started building a school and asking the member of parliament then to roof that infrastructure. But it was an infrastructure built with mud. Basically, no cement was used in the infrastructure. So to roof that infrastructure, when the rains come, the walls would weaken and therefore it might collapse. So it was advisable that the parents there should wait until a proper school is built. This place does require a junior primary school so that the young ones do not have to walk all the way to Milala or to Machinga Primary School to access education. At Milala or Fakiri, a junior primary school is advisable. So I would like to ask the honorable member to work with the Machinga District Council to ensure that this infrastructure is constructed at this school. My ministry will work with the Director of Education and Youth and Sports in Machinga to support this initiative that this place does have a junior primary school for the young ones. May I ask, Mr. Speaker, sir, may I ask the honorable member for Mulanje Limbuli to repeat his question, and could he please speak slightly more enthusiastically about the matter?
Honorable member for Mulanje Limbuli, you've been asked to repeat your question for the people of Mulanje Limbuli to hear you, and indeed for the honorable minister to respond. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir. My question was, I would like to ask the minister to consider constructing a community day secondary school at Nanchidwa to shorten the distance of learners from Poliwa, which is Kurubwe Primary, Muloza LEA, Manyamba, even Malirima. Since that area, we don't have any day secondary school. That was my question. Thank you. I submit.
Before the honorable minister, can I also take this advantage to acknowledge such good new questions? Honorable members, I know some of you are submitting questions. Can I encourage the House? Let's submit our questions. Some will come this sitting, some will come the next sitting of Parliament, but we need the questions to be processed on time so they can appear in the upcoming order papers. So can I encourage all of us to request forms from our ushers so we can put our questions forward. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister, I don't know if you have any response to that.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, and for the opportunity to respond to the question from my brother from Mulanje Limbuli, who asks for a community day secondary school at Nanchidwa. I have taken note of this request, and I was listening carefully to the number of primary schools surrounding this area, and I am convinced on the face of it that this area does deserve a community day secondary school. So I would like to assure the honorable member that we will support this initiative and ensure that as a community day secondary school within easy reach of the schools that he has mentioned. Therefore, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, a secondary school will exist at Nanchidwa in the immediate future. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. According to the guidance I got from the leader, we only take this question on the Minister of Education, or should we take the remaining question? Because there's only one more question. No, okay. So we go to the next government business. Thank you. Tebo.
First Deputy Speaker, as indicated earlier, we will now move to a ministerial statement by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. I thank you.
Item 3, Government Business, Ministerial Statement. The Honorable Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture to present a statement on progress and priorities in youth, sports and culture.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I recognize the Honorable Minister, why are you standing? The point of order? What has gone out of order? Because there hasn't been any business that has been transacted.
Chair, there was a commitment last week from the Minister of Homeland that this week is going to provide an update on the death which occurred in Chigumura, the doctor who was murdered, and today is Tuesday. We are done with questions. We are going to Minister statement on Minister of Youth. There's no any commitment from the Minister of Homeland, and he's here. People of the Zagasina and people around Chigumura want to know the update on that murder of our young doctor.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Thank you, Honourable Member. I will be guided after the ministerial statement, and I'll give feedback to that. The good thing, the Honourable Minister of Homeland Security is in the house, who happens to be your uncle. So I hope he hasn't sent you to say, can you ask so that I can explain? Because you've several times told me he's your uncle. If you are denying him, let me know. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, you have the floor.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this being my maiden ministerial statement, allow me to congratulate you on your ascendance to that noble, dignified, honorable, and well-deserved chair. I must say you are already doing great on it. We have witnessed, First Deputy Speaker, how you are presiding with fairness, wisdom, and most importantly, the patience required in dealing with all of us in this House. I congratulate you. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I wish to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Muntarika, President of the Republic of Malawi, whose faith in me through my appointment as Minister of Youth serves both as an honor and a challenge. I am deeply honored to serve under his forward-thinking leadership, which continues to prioritize the empowerment and advancement of young people in our nation's development agenda. He is a true trailblazer of development. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I rise to present the ministerial statement outlining key priorities and insights guiding the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture based on ongoing national assessments and lessons drawn from recent engagements with the National Youth Council of Malawi, Malawi National Council of Sports, and other sporting associations. The engagement with that the ministry has had with line parastatals highlight systematic challenges and opportunities evident across Malawi. The youth are Malawi's greatest asset. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the youth of this nation represent not only our largest demographic group, but also our largest source of potential. Their energy, creativity, and resilience are the driving force behind our development agenda. Yet our assessment reveals that youth across the country have potential, but lack structured pathways into meaningful economic participation. Our observation pointed to several nationwide challenges, including unemployment and limited economic opportunities. A large proportion of our youth face persistent unemployment. Many young people complete their education only to find limited opportunities for meaningful work. This situation contributes to social frustration, reduced productivity, and the risk of them engaging in harmful behaviors. Rising social challenges affecting youth. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, issues such as mental health, substance abuse, remarriage, and limited access to life skills education continue to affect young people across the country. Progress on the construction of the youth center, of the Zuzu Youth Center, is low, currently at 30%, due to inadequate funding for the project. Without targeted interventions and adequate financing, these challenges threaten to undermine the young people from contributing effectively to national development. Despite these challenges, our youth continue to show exceptional potential, especially in arts, sports, and technology. At policy level, the youth sector requires a comprehensive legal framework without which the ministry will continue to experience fragmented interventions and short-term project cycles. To evade this, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, my ministry has identified a consultant to aid in the development of the National Youth Service Act. Among others, the proposed NYS Act will institutionalize coordination and establish a youth fund. In addition, my ministry is championing the development of the development and mainstreaming of the National Youth Service Strategy to address the persistent and multifaceted youth challenges, including high unemployment, limited access to finance, inadequate skills development, and exclusion from decision-making processes. Given that the challenges young people continue to face are cross-cutting, an interministerial committee on adolescents and youth is being set up to address issues of planning, resource mobilization, budgeting, implementation, and reporting mechanisms on youth issues. Additionally, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the National Youth Council of Malawi, through its Youth Economic Empowerment, Entrepreneurship and Innovations Program, has successfully implemented the Youth Innovation Fund, which targets innovative and youth-led enterprises in various sectors, including agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. Sports development, achievements, challenges, and opportunities. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sports remain a powerful tool for national unity, health, inspiration, and youth empowerment. Recent activities within the ministry demonstrate our commitment to nurturing talent and enhancing sports infrastructure. One case in point is the ministry's commitment to host the African Netball Championship, scheduled to take place from 8th to 15th December 2025, and my ministry, in collaboration with the Malawi National Council of Sports, Netball Association of Malawi, and other stakeholders are working tirelessly to ensure timely completion of the Griffin Saenda Indoor Sports Complex. Our ability to host the International Netball Games is critical in safeguarding Malawi's global reputation as one of the best hosts of international sporting events. Talent identification and development in sports. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this August House will recall that in 2020, Malawi introduced youth games to be participated by all primary and secondary schools in the country. So far, through these games, my ministry, through the National Council of Sports, has identified over 700 promising young athletes who are now participating in African Union Sports Council Region 5 Youth Games, Commonwealth Games, African Games, and Olympic Youth Games. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, these young athletes represent the future of Malawi's sporting excellence. However, despite these gains, Malawi continues to experience shortages of quality sports facilities, equipment, and structured programming. The situation is worse in rural areas. Many talented young athletes lack pathways to professional development and scholarships and exposure to higher levels of competition. Additionally, the sports sector continues to grapple with issues of inadequate funding for sports development, which is crippling the sector. As I speak, First Deputy Speaker, the ministry is yet to clear arrears that emanated from hosting the 2022 Region 5 Youth Games. These arrears amount to over 5 billion, and as you are aware, First Deputy Speaker, the previous government was mad with payment delays, and this affected the ministry as well. The funding problem is also delaying completion of sports facilities, and this is creating pressure on the existing facilities. In mind, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, is Blantyre Sports Arena, formerly Blantyre Youth Center, and Kamuzu Stadium, which continue to be used despite losing structural integrity. The same funding issue is affecting completion of works in a number of sports facilities and projects sanctioned across Malawi. The Sochi, Zingwangwa, and BAT stadia are yet to be completed. These funding delays are also leading to price escalations due to volatile currency, as well as deterioration of the facilities before they are commissioned for use. Other challenges facing the sports sector include outdated and insufficient sports infrastructure, limited access to sports science, and financial gaps affecting international participation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, in order to improve sports excellency in the country, my ministry recommends an urgent appropriation to clear verified Region 5 games and paid arrears as a matter of priority. Secondly, the completion of the Griffin Sayenda Indoor Sports Complex needs to be prioritized to allow Malawi to host the December 2025 Netball Games. Thirdly, there is need for increased funding towards construction of the National Aquatic Center, the Sochi and Zingwangwa Stadia, to ensure that they are completed in time and at the required standard. Finally, the Kamuzu Stadium needs urgent rehabilitation in order to allow it to continue hosting lower league games. Additionally, a proper financing model needs to be put in place to authorize a revenue retention at Bingu National Stadium and Kamuzu Stadium in order to improve operational sustainability and maintenance. Cultural heritage, creative industry, and records and archives. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, our cultural heritage is rich and diverse, but the sector has long suffered from inadequate investment. Many artists struggle with limited access to creative spaces, training, markets, and intellectual property protection. As a result, our creative industry like music, film, visual arts, crafts, fashion, and performing arts remain underdeveloped despite their potential for job creation and national branding. Despite facing significant constraints, the ministry has managed to do the following: progress the Lord Alton Chirwa Mausoleum in Katabe to 75% completion rate, commence construction of the Gwanda Chakwamba Mausoleum in Sanje country at 10%, restore the Blantyre Old Boma monuments, facilitate major cultural festivals, including Umteto, Umshangano, Kulamba, and Mlako Alomwe. And the ministry has also successfully facilitated the inscription of Mount Mulanje cultural landscape on the UNESCO World Heritage List, bringing Malawi's total to 3 World Heritage sites. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the creative industries hold enormous potential for job creation, tourism, and national branding. Some achievements within this sector include enactment of the National Arts and Heritage Act in September 2024, leading to the establishment of the National Arts and Heritage Council, NAHEC. The ministry is also finalizing negotiations with COSOMA to rehabilitate and manage the Blantyre Cultural Center, formerly the French Cultural Center. Also worthy noting, Mr. Speaker, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, is the increased royalty distributions to artists facilitated by COSOMA. My ministry also continues to strengthen government records management through modernization and professional development. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, some of the challenges the ministry experiences in the Department of Arts include limited financial capacity to adequately support the representation of Malawian artists at international events, lack of financing facilities for the development of creative industries, and limited financial resources for the already established financing facilities like the Artists Welfare Fund and the Copyright Fund, and the delayed enactment of the Classification Bill, which is to replace the Censorship Act. The bill was finalized in 2020 and last presented to Cabinet in 2021. To address some of the challenges the ministry currently faces, plans have been made to engage the private sector as a potential source of financial assistance. The draft classification bill requires revision and will be presented to Cabinet for possible consideration. Emerging opportunities. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, despite the obstacles before us, Malawi stands at a moment of great promise. There are opportunities that, if harnessed properly, can transform the youth, sports, and cultural sectors into engines of growth and national pride. With proper support, our artists can compete regionally and internationally while creating new jobs at home. The recent achievements in netball, football, and athletics demonstrate the potential of our athletes, including those from disability sports. Increased partnerships with the private sector, international federations, and diaspora communities present significant opportunities for talent development and investment in sports infrastructure. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, we are at a point where every aspect of our development as a nation is driven by the youth. At the heart of every ministry, department, and government agencies lies the young people. And just to note, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that my ministry is the biggest, considering that it harbors over 70% of the population. Malawi's young innovators are creating solutions in agriculture, technology, arts, and social enterprises. With better financing, mentorship, and training, youth-led entrepreneurship can become a cornerstone of our economic transformation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, in pursuit of these opportunities, my ministry will prioritize the following: strengthening youth empowerment programs to increase skills development, employment opportunities, and inclusive participation in national development. Revamping sports infrastructure across the country and establishing pathways for athlete identification, training, and international exposure. Supporting the creative industries through improved access to funding, training, digital platforms, and fair regulation of copyright and intellectual property. Promoting cultural preservation through documentation, education, and revitalizing of Malawi's cultural institutions and practices. enhancing collaboration with the development partners, the private sector, civil societies, traditional leaders, and youth themselves to create sustainable and innovative solutions. In conclusion, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the future of Malawi rests on the shoulders of an empowered, creative, and healthy youth population. The sectors of youth development, sports, and culture hold tremendous potential to transform not only individual lives, but also the international economy and our global identity. As Minister, I pledge to lead with integrity, inclusiveness, and dedication to building a Malawi where every young person can thrive and where our sports and cultural sectors shine with pride. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister of Sport. The maiden statement was well presented, and congratulations to you for the knowledge you have on the issues of your ministry. I think the young people out there are now very sure they are being represented with your sentiments. Congratulations to you, Honourable Minister. Leader?
First Deputy Speaker, I know we are approaching lunchtime. I will therefore ask the House to keep their questions to the Minister until 2 o'clock, where we'll provide a window, maybe 20 minutes of questions to the Minister, and thereafter we'll proceed with the debate on the budget. I so guide.
Thank you, Leader, for that guidance. But before I suspend for lunch break, Leader, I have a few announcements to make. Honour members, your vice captain for the football team wants you at Bingu National Stadium tomorrow morning for the resumption of the trainings. And this is coming from Honorable Blantyre Malabada, Ndirande Malabada, who is the vice. In the gallery, honor members, we have Mr. William Nyanga, son to late John Nyanga, Isaac, and Mr. Maziko Mabed, son to Eric Mabed, Jacobo. They are visiting Lilongwe, and they are planning an interface with honorable members. They have come to Parliament, courtesy of the honorable member from Mulanje Central. They want to have an interaction with honorable members ahead of the Isaac and Jacobo Memorial Show to be screened at BICC on Saturday, 29th November from 6 p.m., where all members are being invited. Accompanying Mr. William and Maziko, today is Mr. Levi Msakambewa, who is the event manager. I would like to urge honor members to have time to interact with the sons of the late celebrities of this country in the comedy sector. This announcement comes immediately after the Minister of Culture has just delivered her statement, and it confers well with the sentiments said. The second announcement, honorable members, is from the office of the Speaker. Honorable members, I wish to inform the House that the Office of the Director of Public Officers Declaration, ODPOD, will visit Parliament from tomorrow, Wednesday, 26th November 2025, to next week, Friday, 5th December 2025, to distribute to all honorable members, all honorable members of Parliament, documents for initial declarations. Honourable members, as we all are aware, this process is a statutory requirement which we need to oblige with in order to ensure that we demonstrate our transparency and accountability as we serve our people in this country. Honourable members, please note that the submissions of the completed initial declaration forms should be done no longer than 3 months from the date you, honourable members, assumed duties of your or took an oath of office. In this regard, not less than 28th January 2026. I'll repeat that date, 28th January 2026. May I appeal to all our members to collect the forms and fill them during the stated period when OPD officials will be here at Parliament Building. Thank you. Right Honorable Sami Gafar Suleiman MP, Speaker of the National Assembly. Honourable members, just to emphasize, this business of declaration is not a main business. You and me requires to oblige to this statutory obligation. I know some members would say, I don't have anything to declare. Please go ye and declare. Go ye and declare. Lilongwe Kumachenga and the others who attest to this. What happens if you don't declare? Honorable whips, chief whip and deputy whip MCP, and all friends in the independent, please, let's go and declare. I've emphasized several times, I know what happens if you don't declare. The Public Appointments Committee is here. Don't come back to Parliament complaining that the speakers have been so harsh on me if you end up losing your seat. Thank you very much, honourable members. That marks the end of my declaration. Oh, the Chief Whip would like to invite, who is the Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, would like to invite Mr. William and Mr. Maziko and the event manager to see the Honorable Minister, who is the Chief Whip here, in her office. So the visitors have been accorded a special invitation to the office of the Chief Whip. That is not a mean achievement, and I hope the visitors are still in the gallery. I did not ask our visitors to rise. Can you rise for the House to see if you resemble our late celebrities? Member for Mulanje Central, the honorable member for Mulanje Central can rise and wave at them because you invite them here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The Honorable House will be treated to a gallery of events on Saturday. They don't have microphones up there. They could have performed right here for us, but next time we'll engage them. It's Saturday at the Bingu Conference Center. Let's all patronize and support the memorial of our late celebrities. And at this point, I know the name Fredokis will be mentioned because it's not parliamentary, but there, Chirazolo Masanjara, you can mention that name, the name Fredokis, at that event. Honour members, it is 12:36. I now suspend the House for a lunch break. We'll be back here at 1:30. 2 o'clock. 2. I wanted to add the 6, but I'm failing to add it. That is 2:07 p.m. House suspended for a lunch break.
That is how the House has concluded its deliberations for the first half of the day. As per the order paper, Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development took bordering on water supply and stored water projects in their constituencies. The questions came from Rumpi West, Neno East, with supplementary questions from Deta Kolomoti, Mulanje West, Lilongwe Kumachenga, among others. Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, 2 questions from Zomba Malosa, with supplementary questions from Lilongwe Mapoyo, among others. Other ministries, the 2 questions were the Ministry of Transport and Public Works, as well as Ministry of Information and Communications Technology. Being Government Business Day, the Leader of the House, Honorable Japi Mhango, moved to waive the order paper to allow the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture to present a ministerial statement on progress and priorities. Mumunso ndi mmene zokambirana za phungu zayendera mchigawo chakummawaku. Monga mwa ndondomeko ya zokambirana za lero, aphungu anafunsa mafunso ku maunduna osiyanasiyana. Ena mwa maunduna amene ayankha mafunso ndi monga unduna woona za madzi, unduna woona za maphunziro, unduna woona zofalitsa mauthenga mwa ena. Ndipo aphungu omwe afunsa mafunsowa ndi monga Mulanje West, Mangochi West, Deta Kolomoti komanso Zomba Malosa mwa ena. Nyumba iyi inamvanso ripoti kuchokera ku unduna woona za achinyamata, masewera ndi chikhalidwe, pamomwe ntchito ikuyendera ku undunawo. Pomwe aphungu apita ku nkhomaliro, nyumbayi ikuyembekeza kulandira mkulu wa bwalo la milandu kubwera mnyumbayi kuzalumbiritsa olemekezeka Alfred Rwani Gangata, amene bwalo la milandu lalamula kuti ndi omwe anapambana pa chisankho ku dera la Lilongwe Mtandire Tsiriza. Patakati pano, wachiwiri kwa spikala mnyumbayi olemekezeka a Victor Muso wa MP ayimisa zokambirana kufika 2:07 masana ano. Mnaindile Fani Mbwana, tikhale limodzi mchigawo cha kumasanaku.